Good morning, everyone. Mike Uyak here, and I am going to tuck into another MRE. Now, this one is actually marked with the seal of the Department of Defense. This is actually produced by SOPAKCO, and it's an official MRE. Actually, this is actually what is one of the MREs that are actually given to our troops. So, I'm starving. Let's dig in here, if I can. It is a peelable pack, if you can get your fingers around. Peelable, yeah. By who? There we go. Let's see what we have here. Take a look. Okay, here's a packet of sugar pack, coffee, instant coffee, all sorts of good things here. Moist towelette, not going to bother with that. Salt and pepper, napkin, etc., etc. Okay, here is what we're going to be cooking in. We'll get to that in a moment. A hot beverage bag, that's nice. Let's see here. And the beverage, strawberry banana dairy shake. Okay, crackers. Instruction sheet. And ingredients. Yay! So we know. Here are all the. We'll do it right side up. Here's all the lovely nutritional information, like you care. Nut raisin mix. Okay, so we have gorp. Mixed fruit and heavy syrup. Okay, so we have a fruit course. And this looks like the main course. This is the ratatouille with penne pasta and some peanut butter to go with our crackers. And of course, you need something to eat it with. So that's good to have. What's this? Hot sauce. Lovely. This stuff, from what I understand, is like liquid gold out in the field. It makes, even if you get sort of an unsatisfying MRE, this could make all the difference. So, way this works is we tear open this guy. Attempt to tear open this guy. There we go. Got an opening. I'm just having a hard time with plastic bags today. I don't know why. Okay, so how this works. I've torn the top off. Pour a little bit of water into the bag with the heater. This is a water-activated chemical heater. It's just enough water to go in between these two lines. So these two lines here at the bottom, right there. I then stuff the MRE into the bag, if I can. There we go. Come on, be good. With heater underneath the MRE. Okay. Hold sleeve level until heater feels warm. Okay, so this is actually a sleeve to make this handleable. One presumes that it actually fits. Okay, so the heater is actually here. It will be on the bottom. Fold this over for a moment. And it says to hold it level, basically so that the water has a chance to get into contact with the heater elements. And hold it that way. Okay, and I hear it doing something. Yep, it's getting warm. Okay, and then get it underneath, over the top, and sleeve inclined with folded end of bag up. Okay, so, and how long? 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, we're gonna wait 10 or 15 minutes. I just got a cardboard box over here for this purpose. You just keep it at an incline so the water doesn't drain out, and we'll give this about 10 minutes. In the meantime, my appetizer, I have a little crackers. Oop. That's how they crumble, apparently. Let's try. All right, fine. Pull one of these out. Clean up my mess. And have some peanut butter. Or attempt to. There we go. Okay. It's just plain peanut butter. I've had some MREs that actually have a combination of chocolate and peanut butter, or like grape jelly and peanut butter mixed together, and it's not always a pretty sight. They give you a spoon to spread this out with. You make do with what you got, I guess. And oddly enough, even though it's peanut butter that wants to stick to everything, it does not want to stick to these crackers, which I find interesting. Makes you wonder about the crackers. Anyway, let's see if these are any good. Wow, these are really crumbly crackers. All right. Crackers and peanut butter. Not really a whole lot to say about that. They tend not to overly salt their crackers. There's a little bit there, but not a whole lot. You don't really want to dehydrate your troops, so that actually kind of makes sense. Pretty standard stuff. Let's move on to the strawberry banana dairy shake. So it's a strawberry banana. Hopefully you like that sort of thing. Otherwise you might be trying out of luck. So, yeah. So it feels like there's a lot of powder already out here. So I need to make sure that it's actually in the package here. Okay. Tear this guy open. There we go. Pull the pouch open. And it says to fill the pouch to this line right here in the middle. And it does say if you use the little chemical water purification tablets to let those sit in your water for 30 minutes before adding to this. I already have regular tap water, so I don't have to worry about that. Just gonna pour some water in here. It's almost there. Okay. Water's up to the level. So the zip top part of the plastic has already come unattached from the bag, so that is something not in its favor. So I'm gonna kind of fold that over. It says to shake it for 60 seconds. Let's see. Okay, that's 60 seconds. Didn't need to make you watch all that. Peel that open, and it's a lovely Pepto pink, but it's strawberry banana, so what do you want? Let's have a little taste. Strawberry banana milkshake. Kind of like Nestle Quick, but not. It's not bad. There's sort of an odd aftertaste. Obviously, that's not going to be really like a milkshake. Kind of hard to have ice cream in the middle of a battle zone or whatever, but very strongly banana flavored. A little bit of strawberry in there, artificial strawberry. I mean, does it seem to have? Oh, it does. It has ingredients and nutritional information. Non-dairy creamer. Coconut oil. Lovely. Sugar, food starch, non-fat dry milk. Okay, so less than 2% of natural and artificial flavor. Okay, so there is nothing strawberry or banana in this. And you know, you shouldn't really expect there to be. This is mostly a carb delivery device. Always bearing in mind that an MRE, it's designed to give you calories, and some basic nutrition while you're out in the field and you can't get an actual home cooked hot meal. So it's designed to be palatable, or at least palatable enough to be a decent calorie delivery device, but it's not bad. I'm sure some people like it. To me, I can tell that it's artificial. So, moving on. Next is the mixed fruit and heavy syrup. Now, the one thing I liked about, I believe it was a South Korean MRE, was that the pouches, they had a gusset in the bottom. I don't really have an example to show you. They had a gusset in the bottom so that it was freestanding. This is just an envelope of food, and so you kind of have to find a way to balance it on something, or hold it in your hands. So that's one thing that they could do to improve the design. And the one thing about MREs that I guess the Pacific Northwesterner in me is always kind of rails against is the fact that you end up producing a lot of little pieces of plastic. So there's a lot of little loose bits that end up being littered around. But anyway, so here we have our mixed fruit. Let's see if I can open this up. Yep, fruit salad. Get the peanut butter off of my spoon here. Okay. A little bit worse for wear. So, pretty standard fruit salad. Looks like peaches, pears, bits of cherry, maybe grape. I don't know. This has kind of been mashed into almost a applesauce. But let's see how this tastes. Yeah, fruit and heavy syrup. There's really no way to change that, or really any way to screw that up. It tastes exactly the way that you'd think it would. It's fruit cocktail. We've all had it a zillion times over the years. So that's a nice little side. Now, there's no need for a vegetable side since our Ratatouille is actually a vegetable dish. So, speaking of ratatouille, it's been 10 minutes. Let's take a look at what we've got. Cha-cha! Okay. 10 minutes of TV time have elapsed. Pull this out carefully. It is actually really warm, which is the way you want it to be. So, reach in here carefully. Does not want to come out now. There we go. Okay, set this aside. And you know what? Be right back. Since I have the ability to do so, I'm going to put this in a frickin' bowl. Because eating out of this piping hot pouch is less than ideal. So I'm going to actually pour it in a bowl. If I can get this thing to tear. There we go. Okay. Ratatouille. Smells good. Okay. So, texture and presentation wise, not so great. And as far as ratatouille is concerned, I was expecting more chunky vegetables. Typically, at least when I make ratatouille, it's a stew, so you kind of actually want the vegetables to be in larger chunks and then served over pasta. Obviously, for the expediency of putting it into a pouch, it's easier if the pieces are smaller, and it essentially makes sort of a garden pasta sauce rather than a vegetable stew. So it's not bad. The sauce has a decent body to it. Like it has been stewed, and there's a flavor. According to the ingredients, they have a vegetable sausage crumble. So that's what there are like little bits floating around in here, and that's what those are. So they're sort of simulating adding sausage to this. It's usually not actually required to be in ratatouille that you have sausage or any sort of meat at all. It is a vegetarian, it's a side dish, or a sauce. But actually having it, it's not bad. It does add a little something to it. It does kind of push it in the direction of Chef Boyardee. There's a little bit of a sweetness to it, and the sort of homogeneous meat mixture kind of gives it that sort of canned pasta sauce sort of feel to it. It does tend to thicken the sauce that otherwise can be kind of watery if the vegetables are more chunky, which they are not. So it's got all the constituents of ratatouille. It's got the spices. It's got onion and mushroom, tomato, eggplant, peppers, zucchini, squash. It's all in there. It's just a little bit more processed than I'm used to. The penne actually, for having been in this pouch for who knows how long, it's surprisingly, it's not al dente, obviously, but it's not quite ready to just dissolve into goo either. So I'm not 100% sure how they manage that. It still has a little bit of toothiness to it. It's not really firm, but like I said, you leave pasta wet for too long, it will turn to goo. And this has not. So it's actually kind of impressive in that way. I don't know if maybe they cooked it just to al dente, shocked it cool, and then packaged it up with the idea that it wasn't going to absorb a whole lot of liquid once it was cold. And only once it's reheated in the pouch that it actually, you know, absorbs the final bit of liquid. But it's not bad. Kudos to them for making a decent, what would be a decent meal out in the field, especially if you've been, you know, marching all day, maybe actually in combat, God forbid, and this would not be the worst thing to sit down to when you're in that foxhole or whatever in the back of your armored personnel carrier and you have nowhere else to go. This is definitely not the worst thing that you could have thrust upon you. I guess for dessert, I should open my nut raisin mix, see what that's like. Yeah, I always do this when I tear open packages. Okay. Not Good Eats silica packet. Okay, so it is actually a decent hard mix of nuts that I just threw all over the table. Peanuts, raisins, almonds, hazelnuts, any cashews, a smattering of what look like walnuts, and is that a mutant peanut or a cashew? I can't actually tell. I think these are... Ooh. That was a little bit... That was bitter. I'm not sure what that was. So actually... these are not salted at all. You sort of don't realize when you get like a can of Planters mixed nuts or something, you don't really realize how big a difference the salt makes until it's not there. I've had unsalted raw onions, raw almonds before, so those are okay. But I've kind of gotten used to having the salted peanuts. I just got an idea. Hot sauce. Yeah, I'm doing it. Squirting hot sauce to my mixed nuts. Toss to coat. That actually helps a lot. A bit of vinegar. So the hot sauce that they use, and it's just generic hot sauce. It's not as vinegary as like Tabasco is. It also doesn't have much of a kick, but it has some, and it does have some salt in it, so it does actually contribute. And the raisins that they use in here are not really all that sweet. Again, they tend to sweetness of the raisins usually sort of accompanies that saltiness of the nuts, but since the nuts are so bland, the raisins add a little but not enough. I think the hot sauce was a great idea. These are actually pretty good now. So there you have it. Ratatouille, penne pasta, strawberry banana milkshake, mixed fruit and heavy syrup, crackers and peanut butter, and some rather disappointing raisin nut mix. Not actually going to go and add all the calories together on this. I probably don't want to know. I think I would give this, on a scale of 1 to 10, about 7. It's not bad. The nut mix could really use with some seasonings. If not salt, again, we're not trying to dehydrate our troops. If not salt, then some seasoning of some sort, or at least a packet in your seasoning and coffee mix. Something like, you know, some garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of cayenne, something like that, a spicy mix, or, you know, smokehouse almond type seasoning, or something, some flavoring for the nuts. As far as the main course, pretty good. I'm sure that part of the reason why the ratatouille is chopped so finely is so it spreads further. I get it. There are economic factors involved, but for my money, I'm kind of expecting a little bit chunkier, something a little stewier, if that's a word. Everything else is pretty decent. Nothing really to say about it. So yeah, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 if I were to actually rate it on a scale of 10. So with that, I'm going to finish my breakfast, if I can keep it off the table. And that's my review of this MRE. Thanks for watching.